Hello and welcome to Talk FCB and welcome back here to Football Manager, guys. It is time for episode 2, but before we start, of course, I have to say thank you all so much for your incredible feedback on episode 1. I specifically said there, if you enjoyed this series, if you liked it, I would give you more. You did like it, so here we are with episode 2. I really do hope that you enjoy this as much, and as always, please leave your feedback, and all of your support has been massively appreciated. But without further ado, let's crack on with our Barcelona journey. It continues. Today, we are going to be finishing our pre-season plans, starting with Schalke. That'll be a friendly match there, followed up by another friendly match, a pretty high-profile one against FC Bayern. And then, it will be time for our first competitive match of the season. It's Barcelona against Sevilla for the Spanish Supercup, the first title of the Talk FCB reign. Up for grabs. We want every single title we can get. We'll want that one too. So get yourself sat down, guys, get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack, whatever you want to do, because here our journey will be continuing. Let's play. And first things first, guys, Bartomeu, again, we met in the corridor, he bumped into me for another chat. He told me basically sold 75,560 season tickets for the upcoming season, which is there, a pretty good return. They say the board expect the club to sell another 400 season tickets in the following weeks, which should give us 76,000. Hopefully we can get the stadiums full, the place rocking. We need that to be our safe haven if we're going to have a successful season. I've also been told here that the Bayern against Barca friendly will be on TV on Saturday night. That'll be live television coverage there, and Barcelona will receive around €65,000 from television money for the game, which I have to say there is a pretty low figure when you look at TV money these days in the Premier League, La Liga. Obviously this is pre-season, but 65,000 in football terms, that's probably not even paying Douglas's wages. And I've also got an email here from Eric Abadal, who's compiled a report for me on Barcelona B. I requested this because I want to have a look at these talents and I want to try and bring some of them through, maybe not straight away, but as the season goes on, as my time at Barcelona continues, we want to see some of these guys break in to the Barcelona first team. You've got Abel Ruiz there front, very promising player. You've got Ricky Puig in midfield, we know about him. Oriol Busquets, they've got Waggy there, the new signing. He's on the wrong side, they're usually a right back. And then there's George Cuenca. I've given him a new contract, a lot of hope for him. Chumi as well. We will be keeping a very firm eye on Barcelona B and their progress throughout the season. And we've also received another transfer offer. You can see here, Granada want to sign Carlos Alenia on loan. And this isn't the first loan offer that I've had for Carlos Alenia. And what I'm going to do here is reject it, and not only reject it, but reject all loan offers. The reason for that is I want to see Carlos Alenia in this squad. I believe that he definitely has the quality, still only 20 years old. He can do this in the first team squad, given the opportunities, so it's a no from me. And now it is time to head into my third game as Barcelona coach, our third pre-season friendly. Today we will be facing Schalke, and that will again present a pretty decent test, a pretty decent team. We'll have to go up against them, play a strong team. Again, it's about getting that match fitness going. It's about seeing everybody in that squad. And I'm going to start strong though, because I want to continue that momentum, get everybody right for that first game against Sevilla. And the team that I'm going to choose is as follows. And what I have done here is just make a few little changes based on the last game, where some players were very impressive indeed. I'm going to leave Miranda in there at left back. Jordi Alba still just getting over that very slight injury. Longley's going to play at centre back. He impressed me in the last game, as did Nelson Semedo. Vidal makes the midfield. Dembele there on the left. Messi and Suarez leading the line. Let's see how it goes. And you can see straight away here Schalke lining up there with quite a narrow formation. They've gone with 5 at the back. They're playing a cautious style of play. We're going to be very positive. We're going to be on the front foot, looking to stretch the pitch there as much as we possibly can. And like I say, this is pre-season, but we're at the camp now here. It's a game against a decent side. Let's do this. Free kick here from Messi, whipped in. Arturo Vidal gets the goal, and the first ever goal for Arturo Vidal. And again, it has come from a Lionel Messi set piece, and this is something I think we can actually really work on. You can see Messi here, good delivery in. Vidal, we know that's quite realistic there, that intensity. We score a header against Real Madrid. He's got one here. We're off the mark at the camp now. Messi here from another free kick. He's in range, and it's only just gone close there. You know Messi, from that kind of range, from the free kicks, he can be deadly. Goal kick here from Farman. He's put it up the field here. Found Miranda into Dembele, now trying to work the ball into Arthur in midfield, who spreads it to Lionel Messi. Now Messi charging at Schalke here. Challenge comes in. Absolutely fine. But look at that pressing. Look at that really eager, intense pressing there. You see that clearly. Piqué here is going to cut that out. We're going to come down the other end now. Miranda into Ousmane Dembele. Again, looking to move the ball through midfield. Switching the lengths. Gone out to Messi again. Messi running at Schalke here. Now Nelson Semedo out out wide, looking to put it into the box. Messi again gets it on his left. Lionel Messi finishes a brilliant team move, and that is what passing and moving is all about. We have got to get the very best out of Lionel Messi. We've got to give him the angles, give him the space to work that kind of magic, and good to see here, little link-ups with Nelson Semedo. That is going to be a feature, and look at that finish there. From Messi, it's magic. Schalke here on the far side with a throw-in into Breel. Imbolo now back to Sane, who switches the lengths there. Semedo looking to get that. Didn't though. Bergstaller in, and a goal for Schalke there. Pretty slack defending. Nelson Semedo, we saw his quality with the Messi goal going forward, but defensively there, got to do a bit better. You can see it here from the reversed angle. Comes over here, Semedo. He's got to get to that ball first. And it's a little sleeping there as well from Piqué. And Bergstaller, who used to actually play for my local team, Cardiff City, has got the goal. Semedo here though down the right just before half time now. Nelson Semedo cutting it back to Sergio Busquets. Arthur into Arturo Vidal. Oh, that hit the bar. What an effort that was there. Vidal shooting from outside the area. He's going to be such a threat this season. But as you can see there, guys, look at the stats at half time. We have conceded a goal, which does dampen our spirits a little bit. But look at those stats. It has been complete domination at the Camp Nou. 15 shots, 4 on target. Only the 1 shot for Schalke, but they did score from it. We've got to be a bit tighter at the back, but overall, a great first half. And I'm not going to go crazy here with changes at halftime, but I am going to just try something a little bit different. Obviously, we saw Messi there really effective cutting in from the right in that first half, but I also want to see him in this false 9 role because Suarez won't be able to play every game as a striker this season, and what better way to substitute him than actually play Messi in that central area, surrounding him by Dembele and Malcolm, and we've also got Alenia there in midfield with Rakitic trying it out in a deeper role. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully more domination. Let's go. Dembele now to kick us off for the second half here, guys. Hopefully we can get a few more goals, and maybe Malcolm could get one. Here he is down the right-hand side. Tackle comes in on him. Absolutely fine. The referee, nothing doing there. Free kick here though for Messi standing over it. Whips it in, and Rakitic coming on at half-time. And again, Messi from those set pieces. We know that he can score from free kicks, but also his deliveries are amazing here on Football Manager. So good at putting the ball in the box. We've got players in there who can score. Rakitic gets it this time. Oh, Dembele there has dispossessed his man Messi now through the middle in that false 9 role. Messi goes for the chip, but Baumann saves it there. But that's really an example of what can be done. Dembele winning the ball back high up the pitch into Messi in that central role, and Messi there going for that typical chip. So unlucky. Back here with Schalke, who switched the play. Semedo's got to get out there and close down the fullback. He does that, and he gets the ball back. Well done there by Nelson Semedo. And look at him now. He's on his way. He's making that run. Switch of the play there. Out to Ousmane Dembele. He's going to put it in the area. It's Vidal. It's blocked. Oh, I thought there might be a penalty, but it is back out here to Semedo. Into Malcolm. Back out to Semedo. Is there going to be a goal at the end of it? Dembele tests Baumann. But it was a lightning quick break, and that's what I want on the counter. That's why I switched my tactics in the first episode to really get at opponents on the counter, because we've got that raw pace. It's Malcolm now on the right, back into Carlos Alenia, whips it out now to Coutinho, who I have brought on as a substitute. Coutinho now driving and having a shot. We know that's a trademark from Coutinho, cutting in on the right, having a go, and he wasn't far away there. In the dying moments now of the game, Messi whipping one in from the corner, and that should pretty much be that. We have won this game by 3-1 at the Camp Nou against Schalke, and look at those stats there. 25 shots in our favour to Schalke's 5, 8 of them on target, and it was a really good display, especially in that first half. We had a lot of attempts on goal, we scored some very good goals, and in the second half I made a few changes, and things didn't really change, as in we still played exactly the same way, and that's how it should be. Doesn't matter who we bring on, doesn't matter who we bring in, we've got to keep that philosophy the same. We have to keep that style of play consistent in our team, and we did that today. Another win, it's 3 out of 3. And this is always good fun in Football Manager. They like to let you know sort of what the bookies think, what they think in terms of your season, how it's going to go. Email here from Pep Segura. As far as we are concerned, the bookmakers believe that we have the quality to challenge, but they've actually got Real Madrid here as title favourites over ourselves. Real are favourites, then it's us, then it's Atletico, usually about what it is, the top 3 in Spain, but we're second on that list, and we're going to go out this season, and we're going to prove them wrong. But now it is time to head to our 4th pre-season match, and hopefully we can get another win. This, though, is going to be an absolutely massive test here against Bayern Munich, the biggest team that we will have played so far, the strongest team we will have to come up against, and it's going to be a big one. Let's keep the confidence going, let's keep the lineup pretty consistent, because what we're going to do here is prepare for that Sevilla game as best we can. And so here we are, guys, for the biggest test so far under my control at Barcelona. We are back at the Camp Nou for our 4th pre-season friendly, and I've made 2 changes to the team that beat Schalke in our last game. Jordi Alba there is back into the left-back spot after he recovered from his injury. injury. And I've also gone with a bit of an experiment in midfield. Sergi Roberto starting in that creative midfield role. Let's see what he can do here in that midfield. Can he fill that void? Can he be an option in midfield for me this season? And as you can see there, Bayern pretty much at full strength. A lot of good players in there, a lot of quality. This is going to be a vital test before the season starts. And during this Football Manager series, guys, I can promise you one thing 100% guaranteed, and that is that I will never ever play a game twice to either alter the result or change something that didn't happen the first time just to get it right for you. Everything that you're seeing right now is me playing and me reacting. It's all been done live and only played once. Apart from this game, which I actually had to play twice, and this is the first time that I played it, but I got to half-time, I was dominating, completely playing Bayern off the park, some amazing goals there, but it crashed, I reloaded it, but it wouldn't work. It wouldn't let me continue on from half time, so I've had to do it again. All I'm hoping is that in this next game now, when I do play it for you guys, that we have something similar, because it was such a good display, and I'm really hoping with the same setup, the same tactics, the same players, we can do something very similar. Let's have a look. Here we go then for Barcelona against Bayern Munich. It's still pre-season, but nonetheless a very important game and the biggest test so far of my managerial role at Barcelona. I've got 3 out of 3 wins so far. Can we follow that up? We are going to find out. Hopefully, it'll be a good display here. Here's Messi from the free kick. We know there's danger when he's around, and Clement Lenglet gets his first Barcelona goal. And again, Messi with the assist from these set pieces. I cannot really say how good he is from these free kicks. Look at that again. What weight on the ball. Lenglet at the far post. Very similar sort of angle there to his Copa del Rey goal, and that was his first ever Barca goal. He's got it here in pre-season. We have the lead against Bayern after we've had the majority of the play in this first half. It's 1-0. And it's fair to say there wasn't an awful lot of action there in the first half to show you guys, but the most important thing, we are 1-0 to the good thanks to Clement Lenglet. In this second half, hopefully we can turn the screw, put some more pressure on Bayern and get some more goals here, but so far the signs are good. Here we go then for the second half, kicking off from left to right. Barcelona here. We're going to try and get some more goals. No changes right now. We'll make some as the half goes on, but I just want to leave these players out there to see if they can turn the screw a bit more and really get what they deserve, which is another goal on top of what we've got. Here's Semedo here on the right-hand side, picking out Luis Suarez. He's on a booking right now, but Semedo looking again for Messi. Those two combining. Messi drilling it in. Far here as Busquets, Arturo Vidal. Now Busquets, back to Vidal. Busquets again. Little game between those two. Roberto brings Alba into the game on the blind side across the box, and I think that's an own goal. It is an own goal there, but here's Roberto. Look at that blind side pass there. So realistic. Alba makes those kind of runs, and it's Alba who clears it into the defender, and it is 2-0 here, Barcelona, and thoroughly deserved. And with just under 30 minutes to go, guys, I'm going to make 3 different changes here. I'm going to bring on Denis Suarez on that left-hand side simply because Ousmane Dembele picked up a knock. Then I want to see Messi again in this false 9 role. Can it really work? Can it be an option for us? Malcolm then from the right, and I brought Rafinha on to that creative midfield role to see what he can do in that midfield. It's Denis now on the left-hand side into Rafinha, the two substitutes combining. Messi there through the middle, latching onto that one. Messi! Oh, what a goal that is. What a sensational finish from Lionel Messi in that false 9 role, getting on the end of a long sweeping pass there from Denis Suarez. That was a wonderful pass and a really wonderful finish. 1-2 here into Denis. First time ball over the Bayern defence, but look at that finish. Whack. Fantastic strike there. Messi with the goal. Thoroughly deserved. It's 3-0. Piqué now playing out from the back in the final sort of moments of the game as we approach the added on time in this second half. Now Alaba on the left for Bayern, back into Arjen Robben here. The first sign of any attack really we've seen from Bayern. Robben with the cross, and Wagner gets the goal, and it's nothing but a consolation. We've fallen asleep there in the last few minutes. That's the only attack really of any sort of worth that Bayern have had. We've got a bit tighter to him here. They've got to get a bit tighter closing down. We let him run. We let him far too much room there advancing. Wagner unmarked, and it is a poor goal to concede. But at the end of the day, the game was won. The game has been won for a long time in this game. It is Barcelona 3. It is Bayern 1. And there is full time, confirming 3-1. We have won this one. And to be perfectly honest, guys, although we've won this very comfortably, I would still expect more from this team. And that's what I want to do. I want to demand the most. I want to get the most out of these players because he won 3-1. But I still think we could have created a lot more. You can see that the stats aren't really that different for such a comfortable victory. We can create more. We can do more with the ball. And we can have a lot more control than we did good in this game, but it's a work in progress. 4 wins out of 4, we march on now to that first competitive game against Sevilla. I can't wait. And as you can see here, guys, the wait is nearly over. Talk FCB to make my managerial debut in competitive football. It is very, very close now. Sevilla against Barca is on the horizon. The Spanish Supercup and the first trophy of the season will be decided, and it is going to be incredible. I can't wait to see what happens. I want to go out there, make a statement, win my first competitive game. We have to do this. Come on! And here we go then, fighting for that first title of the season, and I have made a shock decision in my lineup. Luis Suarez is on the bench, and what I've done here, I've done something a bit different here. It's the first game of the season, but what I want to do is exploit that back 5 of Sevilla. You can see here, they're lining up with a 5, but Escudero and Navas, they're going to bomb on, they're going to get forward, and what we're going to do, we're going to exploit those spaces. Sometimes for Sevilla, it's going to be a 3-on-3, and Malcolm, Dembele, and Messi, there's a lot of pace there, a lot of direct running. That's what we need, I feel, in today's game. I've got Vidal, Semedo and Longley. They're all players that thoroughly impressed me in pre-season, and for that reason, they start. Let's do this. Not a lot here to report in the opening sort of 20-25 minutes. Both teams, I think, right now trying to sort of figure each other out. There's not many shots on goal. There hasn't been any chances of note created yet. But as we get into the game, I think we're going to get more and more familiar with Sevilla and just try and take advantage. When they come forward, when they step out of their shape, we've got to get on them. We've got to exploit that as best as we can, and hopefully finish our chances. And unfortunately for us here, we do have an early injury 40 minutes in, and it's Ousmane Dembele who has to come off here with an injury. It's a like-for-like change. I'm going to put Coutinho straight out on that left-hand side. I could have brought Suarez on, but I'm going to go with Coutinho out from the left and see what he can do here in this first half, which right now, as it stands, nearly nothing has happened at all in this first half. But here's Messi from the free kick, kept out there by Vaclik, and that's the closest we've come. That's the only shot on target in the entire game so far. It's been very close, very tight. 2 teams so far that don't really want to give anything away. Messi has gone close with that free kick. Hopefully we can kick on in the second half and create more chances. But even though we didn't create an awful lot in that first half, I am going to give these guys a bit of time in the second half to try and create something, try and get at Sevilla, and hopefully at some stage we'll make the breakthrough. But if not, we do have options on the bench which we can do and make some changes. Here's Gerard Piqué then trying to play at the back now with Marc-Andre ter Stegen, who spreads the play here to Jordi Alba, which is going to build up patiently, but it's a long ball there that does find Coutinho. That one has come off. Coutinho into the area, Escudero away, only as far as Coutinho. Messi into Malcolm, who scores on his first ever Barcelona start in competitive football, and he has his first goal. It's Malcolm's day. We've seen it in real life. Now we have seen it. This man takes on the occasion. This man takes his chance. Coutinho here, Messi finds him, and it's a first time finish on that left foot, just like we saw against Inter. What a goal for Malcolm. What a moment. Here's Longley now, spreading it out again to Coutinho. He's been really good actually since he came on for Dembele. You can see there, Vidal switching the play to Alba. Coutinho created that space there with his move in field, but Navas can get out there and make the challenge. Now we've got to be careful of Sevilla on the counter. They got a lot of pace with Promise, with Muriel. You can see it here. Muriel in behind, and ter Stegen with a really important save. We do have to watch out for Sevilla's pace, because as you can see here, one pass, and with that little pace there from Muriel, he can cut you apart. I'm just going to make my second change here. I'm going to bring on Rakitic for Arturo Vidal. This is the last chance now before the change does take effect. Coutinho switching the sides there and just about finding Malcolm. And suddenly, look, we got bodies going forward into the area. Here's Arthur out to Alba. Alba now charging at Sevilla, but deflected there back to Roque Mesa. But look at that pressing. Corner to Barcelona. We have single-handedly forced that mistake there from Roque Mesa, and that's what it's all about. Here's Lionel Messi then. Good challenge there, though, on him by Gonalons. Another long ball from Sevilla, and Ben Yedder here has got in behind. Chance here for Ben Yedder. Ter Stegen has saved once again, but Sevilla's pace is definitely an issue. They are getting in behind. There's a lot of long balls there. Piqué just caught out there for pace, and what I think I might do actually here is just make a substitution based on that exact fact. And obviously it's not ideal to have 2 left-footed centre-backs, but I think we need the pace right now of Samuel Umtiti. I'm going to play him next to Longley and just relieve Piqué, because Muriel is giving him a massive issue in the first half, and Ben Yedder no different in the second. Here's Jordi Alba down the left-hand side there. Navas with a foul. He's already on a yellow card. He could here be sent off by the referee. Jesus Navas. It is a red card. 13 minutes to go. We are in pole position now for this Super Cup. Into added time now in this second half. Here's Quincy promised that we got to be careful. And there's another chance there for Sevilla in the 91st minute that would have been. But hopefully we should get over the line now. We've had a solid performance. Nothing too extraordinary. Sevilla have been a difficult team to beat. But here's Rakitic now in the final seconds. In towards Malcolm. Busquets laid down there, cleared away by Sevilla. City though is going to claim that. He's been good since he come on. He's definitely... Oh, but Sevilla has been caught there. Umtiti caught on the ball. Here's Ben Yedder racing away, but Samuel Umtiti is in there to recover his mistake. And we have won the Super Cup here. Sevilla 0, Barcelona 1. Like I say, it wasn't a classic. It wasn't a phenomenal Barcelona display. Like I said against Bayern, there's definitely things that we can improve on, but we're on the right road here. We've got ourselves the first trophy of the season, and what this does, it puts down a real marker. We want to win everything that we're involved in, and that happens here. It starts right here, and it continues indefinitely. And as you can see here, a lot of reaction to us lifting the Super Cup, which, like I say, isn't massively rated in Spain, but it is nice to get off the mark. We've beaten Sevilla here by a goal to 1, and there is a lot of celebration. Jordi Alba was rated there as man of the match, and he's so good down that left-hand side, as we've seen in real life this season. One thing I do have to tell you, though, Ousmane Dembele, not a serious injury. That is such good news. It was only a bruised knee. He's going to be out for just 1 day. That was all it was. Malcolm here, of course, making his Barcelona debut. Not only that, but also scoring with Longley, Arthur and Arturo Vidal also making their debuts. And look at this here. Talk FCB with that trophy win now makes me one of the top Welsh managers. It doesn't take an awful lot to do that, does it? But look, I'll take it. I'm in the Hall of Fame. I will take that. But really good. Overall, very pleased. Another Super Cup win for Barcelona. Onwards and upwards from here. We're going to keep improving. We're going to keep playing. And hopefully, you guys are going to keep enjoying it. Because in the next episode of Football Manager Mode, we have 3 massive league games coming up, and I tell you now, it is not going to be easy. Atletico Madrid at home, Celta Vigo away, and Valencia at home. That is going to be 3 really tough games against good Spanish sides. We're also going to find out who is going to be in our Champions League group. That is going to be exciting. And one thing I want to ask you guys, and I want your opinions, because somebody suggested it yesterday, and it is a really good point. Should I go through this transfer window and not sell anyone and not buy anybody, apart from Munir, who's already sold, but should I keep it exactly as it is, simply because then you can see exactly how I would fare if I was Valverde this season, and we would be on a level playing field. I wouldn't have anyone new, I wouldn't sell anyone, I'd be on exactly the same squad as we have right now, and therefore it would be more realistic. So let me know your thoughts down below. Should I do anything in this transfer window, or should I leave it exactly like it is? Thank you for your fantastic support. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you are enjoying this series. It is really fun to play. It's really fun to develop this team, and I have to say, I want more. I want better performances, I want more control, and I want more convincing wins, and hopefully in the episodes to come we are going to see exactly that. And with Atletico Madrid up next, it does not end here. I'll see you then, guys, but until then, as always, Visca El Barça.
Barça! Barça!